Hi everyone, I'm Martin and welcome to Track Talk. The idea of these videos is to cover a number of topics in one video, maybe subjects that don't lend themselves to a full video. But I think more importantly than that, to give me a chance to respond to some of the great feedback that I get from all of you, whether that's kind of tips or questions or things that you kind of wondering about the layout and plans for the channel. So I'm going to get started with that tonight, see how things work. I've got 3 topics that I'm going to cover in this video. Now the first topic today is the 2023 Warley exhibition, which at the time of filming is coming up this weekend. Now I've never been to the exhibition before, but I'm intrigued to see what it's all about, so I've bought myself a ticket. So I'm going to go along and have a look. I'm probably not going to do any filming. I suspect there's not going to be enough time for that, as I can only be there for one day. But if you do see me there, please do just come up and say hi. Particularly if you see me about to spend any money, that would be a great time to come up and distract me from that. So I hope to be able to meet some of you up there, as I know that plenty of people who watch the channel are going to be there. So I'm going to stick with Friday as the release date for my longer videos, and this Friday it's going to be a layout update focused on the heritage line. But before I do that, I thought it might be good to share a track plan of the line with you. Now, I'm sure some of you will figure out some of that from the running sessions and from the other videos that I posted, but I thought it would be good to get into that in a little bit more detail. Now, I put that together in Panel Pro, which is part of the JMRI suite. I have an old laptop connected up to my controller, so I actually use that for things like automation and kind of other cool stuff that we're going to get to later on in the channel. But what I'll do is I will bring up my Heritage Line track plan and talk you through it. The first thing to remember with this software, it's not for track design. It's really there as a panel and is used within JMRI for controlling points, seeing block occupancy and all those kind of things. But hopefully you can make out the general idea of the track here. On the right hand side we've got the tunnel, on the left hand side you've got the bridge that goes underneath the main lines. Up the top here we can see where the station's going to be, where we have a passing loop. This is where the engine shed is. We've got our small halt based on Speen there. We can see the passenger siding down the bottom left here, and then the head shunt down on the right. The points between the two have to be defined as points rather than a double slip, and that's a kind of an issue with the software. But I can talk a little bit more about that when we get to looking at that in the future. Now the final topic I want to cover today, it was one that was actually suggested by a subscriber to the channel. Kevin Bradley, I noticed, left a comment on the new Junction channel, talking about wouldn't it be really cool if you could model a Lineside Fire, maybe the kind of, and it's exactly the kind of thing that you find unfortunately in some near heritage railways. So I blatantly stole that idea and thought I would have a go at doing that on the layout here. And this video is your first chance to see my very first attempt at getting that right. So let's go over to the layout and have a look. Okay, so here we are over at the heritage line. And this is part of the embankment near to the main heritage line. So if I just pan up, you can see where that comes through. And this is really my first attempt at a Lineside Fire. I'm not completely happy with it yet. As you can see, there is some burnt grass. There's also some scorched grass. I'm also thinking about maybe adding some kind of grey tones in there for where kind of wood and other materials have kind of actually turned to ash. But let me know what you think. I'm sure some of you have kind of seen these things in real life. So if you do have any thoughts on how kind of close I'm getting to this, then that feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much to Kevin for the suggestion, and if anyone does have any other ideas for features that you'd like to see on the railway, then please do let me know. And that wraps it up for the first ever Track Talk. I hope you enjoyed the new format. I'm now going to be working back through all the comments and suggestions that everyone's been kind enough to leave on the channel since we started. And from that I'll pick out some topics to cover in future videos. But if there's something in particular you'd like me to kind of discuss very quickly in this format, then please do suggest that. So I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye.